kicking off another week. It's Sunday. I just got my morning walk done, but last week was pretty much a struggle. I really didn't finish where I wanted to on my calories. I overate, I didn't do enough exercise, and this is one of those weeks where, I sat back a little bit more and I watched TV and I did other things, and I'm competitive with myself in this. That's why it's a mirror series. Rest, it's one of those things, it's part of life. And I could be upset about it, but instead I'm just gonna focus on the week ahead. I would say my weight is actually maybe up a little bit, so I really gotta refocus because this competition is not gonna be easy, and especially if I wanna do well. I can't be sitting around, I can't be rested back, because doing this is not gonna get me to my goals. Time to refocus. Now that I only have 9 weeks of training left, I really gotta dial this in. This is one of those places where the last week I had of not doing my best, that's probably a week that hurt me the most. So I'm just gonna look past it. I'm not gonna dwell on it, otherwise I'm gonna be defeated. And it's just, this has been one of those weeks where, I haven't been my best, and those times happen. So when you're struggling, one of the best things to do is kind of look back on it and just think, what could I have done better, and move on. If you sit there and think about it and how you didn't, move towards your goal, or you had a setback, that's one of those areas where, hey, you might go down a bigger hill or a bigger decline just trying to say, oh well. Especially when I put all this weight on, it was something I really didn't expect, and that's the hard part about this is, you just take it day by day. So I think there's officially, so with there being 9 weeks left, 9 times 7 is 63 days left of training. Just one of those areas I'm trying to be careful about. I'm trying to stay encouraged, but this journey is not easy. Now, something that happened last week is I was sleeping a little bit more. I was sleeping in, and so I didn't get up and get my walks. So I really didn't start my morning off on the right foot. I tend to like that morning walk first thing, just because it's one of those things that kind of not just wakes me up, but kind of makes me feel just refreshed. It gives me that good start. It's a moving start, getting my heart rate up a little bit, listening to something encouraging. It's something I've talked about in other series. But yeah, not having my walk, that was, I think, kind of hurt me a little bit. And that's why I didn't have the best results last week, is just because I wasn't starting on the right foot. So instead I had to make that up during lunchtime, which is out in the heat because it's the middle of the summer and it was hot and it was hard, and I'm also getting a toe injury on my left side. So that's something else that's kind of slowing down my walk. I don't know what it is, if it's a ligament or something, but really just trying to plan on it. It's been kind of painful. So I'm trying to take ibuprofen as needed and topical creams. And I'm also doing an ice plunge, which is twice a week for 4 to 5 minutes per session, and some sauna. So I'm doing recovery, also using compression boots. This is what happens when you get older. You don't get any better. Being 41 years old, this would have been way easier 10 years ago. I just had more energy, more drive, more pep in my step. You just have more motivation within. This is one of those weeks too where my motivation just wasn't there. My diet wasn't there. My exercise wasn't as good as it could have been. So I'm not gonna sit here and think anymore about it. I'm just gonna pretty much mentally process it, say, hey, you know what? I didn't do my best. I made mistakes, but now it's time to move on. It's time to focus on the next week, because I can control that now. I can't control what's happened in the past, and I can't control, in a sense, what happens too distant in the future. So I'm just taking it day by day. Since it's Sunday, I'm gonna keep my calories low. I'm gonna keep my exercise high. I actually have a workout class here in a few minutes. So I did a walk and a workout, so that's hopefully gonna get that, those endorphins up, just that feel good about life. Do some chores today, stay active, do some cooking, some prep, and just hopefully, this is the start of the week. I need to start getting that drive to be more competitive, because with this Samson event, it's difficult. And since I'm doing the highest level, for me, it's gonna be a little more challenging because I don't have as much strength. I'm a little more endurance-based. I think that's kind of how my body tends to be. Lose more, I'd say about another 10 pounds is where I need to be, which is gonna put me close to where I was at last year. I'm a little nervous about it, but you know what? There's nothing I can do other than just keep focusing and keep pushing through. And that's when you're struggling, sometimes just capturing that, just stop and say, okay, today's a new start. And if I mess up today, tomorrow I'm gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna do better. Not remember the bad I did last week or the mishaps or the failure. It's gonna say, hey, this is a new week to do a little bit better and start moving towards my goal. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So till the next episode, take care. Peace out.